Okay. Welcome, friends. Thank you for being here and sharing this time and space in your practice. Okay. Let's just begin. Take a nice seat, lengthen yourself tall, release your breath. Start to close your eyes. Just turn my palms up for a little receptivity this morning. Feel your breath. And just feeling into anything you're holding or carrying today. And as you inhale, lengthen, bring your hands together at your heart. And as you exhale, bow your chin. This is great offering. Yoga is a practice for the mind. Can we yoke together this experience, this sensational experience of the body with the incredibly vast space of your mind? Inhaling to lengthen, lift your chin, and exhale this breath completely. Inhale fully to begin. Bowing your chin. Place your hands on your thighs. Lift your chin and open your eyes. See you later. Have a good day. We're going to start with cat-cow. Pardon my thought. It's getting, I want to say it's getting better. I don't know. I did go see my doctor. Everything is clear, so that's good. Okay, I'm going to put a blanket down for the knees, and here's my intention, is that we're just going to do a little bit of this, and then we're going to end up on our backs for most of this practice. So I'm going to bring the blocks up, just place them in, and coming to your hands and your knees, and maybe just tuck your toes under, spread your fingers, and just take a pause here and feel. And say animals, all the organs are just hanging down. And with us, bipedal creatures, the organs are obviously not hanging down. Just let everything be loose. I'm going to start with a little wag of the tail. Just move your tail side to side. And maybe you turn the head to look at the hips a couple times. And then we'll flow this into your cat-cow. You can close your eyes. Become deeply aware of everything that's happening right now. And just start to alternate the feet. Toes tucked under and the tops of the feet in. Leave the wrists. We had this full moon on Sunday. This the lion moon. We did lion pose the other day, which is where we just stick our tongue out when we look up. It's going to do that. So next time your belly drops, your chin lifts, open your eyes, look up, stick your tongue out. There we go. Sorry. I'm just continuing that a few times. There we go. Good. And bring it to center. I'm going to bring the knees together. I'm going to sit on the heels. So you make this what you need to. You can come all the way up, comfortably go there. Just take a few moments to be in this thunderbolt sit. Okay, and we're going to take the hands back down, a little more wrist. We're going to bring them down, fingers pointing back. And if your hands need to turn out, do that. I'm going to separate the knees again. Sway a little bit side to side. Yes, just kind of getting in there. Okay, bring the knees together and we keep the toes tucked under. Maybe your knees are going to walk towards your wrists. You start to bring the hips down, shoulders back. Lift the heart if you can. It is a bit of a cow pose here. You're going to look up and take a big breath in. Breathe out, stick your tongue out. There's some good medicine. You can do that 3 times. Okay. And then lift your hips, walk your knees back. I'm just going to take a little finger stretch. So tops of the feet down. And lift the palms up. You can even keep your weight forward if you like. Just kind of feel this connection. Pull the thumbs back. Good. Okay, and then I'm going to come back down to sit. Release these wrists. Give them some movement. Your fingers some movement. Maybe we reach up. Good. Nice big breath in. And breathe out. Take your hands down. You're going to come back into hands and knees. You're going to move it into a lunge though. So here's where you might put your hands on your blocks. Knees are together. You take the left leg. I'm just going to walk it forward. And I'm going to have it inside the blocks. If you feel like you need more space today, you can always put it to the outside. And let's just flow a little bit here. So your blocks could be on the highest height. And they could also come in. You're just, what would be the best for you here? Moving in a way that you feel like maybe the hips are, or the tailbone is initiating the movement. It's coming back and it's moving forward. Yes. Oh, so hard. Okay. Good. Come forward. And we're just going to lift the arms up into this raised leg lunge. So if it needs to come back, do that. Maybe you can take it forward. Breathe. In all of your glory here. Maybe just some pulsing. Good. Okay, release the hands. I'm going to walk the blocks back, tuck the back toes under, straighten your legs. Yeah, and then adjust what you need to adjust. Let's rock the hips side to side. So there's an opening, closing. Yes. Now bring it to center. So you can always walk your left foot out or the right foot out. You're going to bend into the left knee, keep the right heel on the floor, and then straighten your left leg and bend the right knee. You're going to try and keep your feet on the floor. Find your breath. Okay. Oh, so good. All right. And then just going to pull this left foot back, step the right foot forward, take the left foot back, walk your right foot where it needs to go, and then we're going to lower the knee down. And again, make any adjustments here as we flow forward and back. You feel that, oh, maybe the tailbone is calling in this movement. Simple. I'm going to say simple, but I don't mean easy. You know, there's a lot that comes up, but a simple little flow forward and back. We'll take it into the lunge. I'm going to lift the arms again. You go where you need to be. If that's back, that's good work. Reach. Breathe. Beautiful. One more breath. We'll release the arms. Lift the back knee. Just come to straighten the legs. And we're going to just move the hips side to side. You can relax your toes. And then bring your hips to center and we'll bend into this right knee. Let me keep the left heel grounded. And then just switching. So straighten the front leg, bend that back. Keep your face nice and relaxed. Good. And last one. Straighten the legs, and we'll just take this right back. Pop the left foot east side, and then underneath heel toe your feet as wide as your mat. And I'm just going to rock the hips side to side. Maybe you bend your knees. Maybe not. Just feel for yourself. Head below the heart. Okay, I'm going to bring it to center. Just bend the knees. Maybe the head's going to lift. You're going to look up and then straighten your legs. Maybe the head comes down. I'm going to do this a few times. Getting into this body. Okay. Beautiful. I'm going to lower down into squat. So you have your blocks. You can always sit on the blocks. I put it on the second height. You could have two, or you hold on to your knees and you do whatever works. Okay, I'm just going to take the block out. Be here for a few moments. That's great. Pose. And we're kind of meant to balance on our haunches, kind of a thing. Take a breath. You feel like you can lift your arms up here without compromising too much. Yeah, that's it. Oh, beautiful. I love it. Okay, and I'm going to bring the hands down and just leg strength. I'm coming back to forward fold. So you might hold on to your blocks or maybe no blocks. Just lift yourself up. And then you can use the blocks or hands to the floor. Just sway the hips again. Let the head move. Feel your breath. And then you're going to come all the way down to sit. So that might be back in Malasana, in the squat pose or whatever works. Okay, I'm going to stretch the legs out. Open them up a little bit. Move your feet side to side. Awesome. And then we're going to set up for our first pose. And I'm going to take the bolster. Okay, we're going to lie back over the bolster. If you like to put blocks underneath it to make it higher, change the angle, go ahead and do that. Maybe a blanket for your head. Okay, I'm going to keep this blanket. Just going to put it right up at the end. And then we'll just kind of find our way here. Maybe you sit right against the bolster, you create more space. So the bolster could be bottom of the ribs. Oh, that's what I want. Okay, and then take the arms out to the side. Decide if you want to straighten your legs or keep them bent. And then close your eyes. And we'll just be with the breath here for a few moments. Yes. Okay, I'm going to take these arms a little bit more above the heart. So you might bend at the elbows. I have these blocks here too, you can always rest your rest your arms on the blocks if you like. If that's helpful. You have shoulder stuff. It'd be helpful. Okay, so we're just inviting this breath to move more into the lung space. I just pigeon-toed my feet and brought the knees together, but that's all good. Whatever you're doing is great. Okay, so a nice big breath in, sigh it out. And then in this soft place that you're in, we're just going to lift the head, lengthen the head if you can, turn it to the right and put it down. And just take a few moments here. Feel the support of the bolster behind your heart. And you take the right hand over to the left side of the neck, and what I'm going to do is just pull the skin down, like I'm almost like, petting the side of your neck to your shoulders, just gently drawing it to open a little bit. A lot of stuff here. I'm just going to massage that, and then feel free to massage anything else here, even maybe from the top of the arm. I'm almost going to pull the skin towards the chest. And then a little bit of, chest thumping. So just pounding a little bit here on the side of the chest, maybe closer to the neck, clavicle. And then release. Keep your head turning to the right. Pause and breathe. Just ask yourself, can you soften through the left side a little bit? I know for myself, the chin wants to tuck. I'm just pulling the head back a little bit. Nice big breath in. Sigh it out. And then we'll lift the head and bring it back to center. Once you're in center, feel anything that's shifted. Lift your head, lengthen, and turn your head to the left. Just pause there for a few moments. Take the left hand over and gently draw the skin from the side of the neck down and maybe over to the shoulder. Maybe down to the clavicle bones. Just, feel for yourself. And also, inviting that sense of your touch and massage to move wherever it needs to go. And smile. So you're bringing in loving gratitude. Whatever's happening, loving gratitude. Okay. Just going to do a little light pounding. We have these deep energetic centers in our bodies. So many of the old ancient cultures have names for them. Now here we use the chakras, but in Chinese medicine, they're known as the dantian lines. It's different names. Here they live. Okay, and then release. Keep your head turned to the left. Maybe you need to bring the back of the head more to the right and drop in. Soften your right side. Lift the head. Again, I'm just going to lengthen as I place it back down. And then here, friends, I'm going to take the arms right over the head. Maybe we'll grab opposite elbows if that is accessible. Whatever works, just get the arms above the head a little bit. Open the breath. Okay, if your legs are straight, bend them. We're going to lift the hips. So set your feet so you can do that. We're just going to lift the hips up just as high as the bolster. You feel like your tailbone is lengthening, like your low back is going to lengthen. So just drawing the tailbone, imagining, it's going to aim towards the space between the shins or the knees. Feel your feet. You soften your glutes even as you do all that. Kind of let your cheeks hang. You lift your toes up off the floor. Soften your jaw. Take one more breath here. As you lower down, imagine you're lengthening your low back. Just going to change the grasp of the elbows and keep the arms overhead. If you need to bring them down, do that. The heel toe the feet as wide as the mat. And move into a windshield wiper here. There's a way of just opening. Hey, Missy. What's Pee. Feeling whatever space is being awakened and open. Soften your jaw. One more on each side. And then bring your feet back to, let's say, hip distance apart. Knees up. Maybe you press into the feet, lift the hips, give them a little shake side to side. And set everything back down. Okay, so staying on the bolster, unless it's not a happy place for you, I'm going to bring the right knee in, take the arms up and over. It's going to hug this knee in. Probably going to come a little closer because we've lifted the chest. So maybe you can even take your hands down this leg, down the shin. Okay. Take a few breaths here. If you want to stretch your left leg long, go for that. One more breath. I'll get in nice and tight. Drop the shoulders. You tuck the chin if you need to. So draw this shin in as tight as you can. Maybe the thigh is on your belly, maybe. Soften wherever you can. Now I'm going to cross this right ankle over the left knee. I'm going to take the arms out to the side. I'm just going to bring this side to side. So it might just be a little bit. You might just be going like maybe a few inches side to side. And you're like, oh, I can go all the way. Take this little supportive chest opening. Just finding some new space. Good. Okay, I'm going to do one more on each side. Good. Come to just resting here. Okay, still on the bolster. If you need to move down, stay on the bolster, go ahead. Okay, you can put your right hand on your right knee, but you don't have to. We're going to flow this knee in and out. So if you want to use your hand to guide, you can, or just move in and out. Last one. And then just rest in this knee crossed area and feel into, any of this, lengthening through the right side, maybe the left side's shrugging up a little bit. Just notice, you don't have to do anything to change anything. This big breath in. Sigh it out. I'm going to rebalance the hips, whatever that means, as you are. I'm going to bring the left thigh in, still on the bolster, so it might make things more crunchy. Maybe that's not a good thing for you. You could also, you have your blocks nearby, so you could also rest your left foot on the block if that's less intense. So whatever you got here, just going to retuck the chin. I'm going to sway a little bit to the left. And just take, let's just do 5 breaths here. And the work is in allowing the shape to be breathed into. So you know, maybe are very aware of the back of your right thigh or the outer hip. You soften your forehead, your jaw. And in that softening, almost feel your back of your heart just resting into the bolster. One more breath. Okay, I'm going to release. Put the left foot on the floor. Okay. I'm going to go to a happy baby. I've just brought this block over to the right side. You might use it, you might not. I'm going to take the right hand, find this right foot. Maybe you need to hold behind the thigh, you know. And start to invite this to drop towards the right side. And here's where the block might come in handy. It could go any height, you know. You can rest your knee there. Be there. Now I'm going to walk the left foot towards the right and invite this left knee to drop. I flex the left foot a little bit. It probably isn't going to come to the floor. You're just going to breathe. One more breath here. And then release. Set your feet on the floor. Readjust your hips and just feel. So if you want to come to basic resting pose and walk the feet wide with the knees together or stretch your legs out, just going to feel it's opening, hopefully, in the right side. We'll do the second side. So start by setting the feet in line with your hips. You press into the feet, lift your hips, just sway them side to side a little bit. Just kind of shake everything off. Maybe you go super fast. And then we'll put that down. And bring the left knee in. And again, you know, your hands might be able to go down the shin a little bit more. Take a few breaths here. And stretch your left leg if you like. I mean right leg, right leg. Yeah, right left, right left. A few moments just to soften your shoulders, your jaw, your glutes. And I'm just going to hug this thigh in as tight as I can. I didn't do this on the other side, but you know, if you want to move it away, you take your right hand, kind of slide that belly stuff over to the right, and then bring it in. You might get closer contact. Change the interlace of your fingers if you haven't done that. And then with this in, I'm just going to soften everything around it. Tailbone, glutes, jaw, forehead, shoulders, everything that you can let go of. Full breath in. Nice side out. Keep holding that shin in nice and tight. And then release, cross the ankle over the knee. Hang out here for a moment or two. The wings can open out to the side, maybe a little bit higher. Let everything just be here. So you feel like the left side maybe is getting a little longer and the right side's kind of shrinking up, and it's all fine. I'm just looking for space. And we can breathe into. I'm going to use the word rest into. Okay. Just going to realign the hips. So Drawing the right hip down, sucking the left hip up. We're going to go to windshield wiper in whatever capacity you have here on the bolster. You change things. So it might just be a little bit. You might go all the way. Whatever you're doing, you're smiling, enjoying. You're breathing. And do a few more. Bring it up to center. Realign whatever you need to, and then the left hand can hold the knee or not. You're just going to rock this knee in and out. Soften your shoulders, your heart, your jaw, your chin. Okay, and then I'm going to use this word rest into this pigeon on your back. So, if you like to block under the foot, or this is perfect, or you can bring the thigh in, hug behind the thigh or the shin. And I'm just going to shift a little bit to the right, the knee, right knee to the right, package to the right. Breathe. Okay, you're in the shape. Where can you soften? You're aware of your body resting on the bolster and drop into that. Okay, release. You're going to set the foot on the floor. Maybe you find that block and you put it onto the left side. So we can go to happy baby. Grab it, bring it down, and you rest. You don't need to have the block there, but you might like that. A few moments, and I'm just going to walk the right foot over to the left and drop that knee towards the floor. It's not going to hit the floor. It might. You're very open. It's just about creating some space. One more breath. And then release, set the foot on the floor, and come back to good friend windshield wiper, still on the bolster. Just kind of adjusted my place on the bolster, just moved up a little bit. So feel for yourself. Just rocking. Notice the opening in the hips. We've done this already, so it should feel a little different. Okay, then bring yourself to center. Now we're going to take the block, and if you want to, that's up to you. I'm just going to put it on the lowest height. Lift the hips, put the block under the sacrum. So now you're in a line, but your low back, maybe from the bottom ribs to wherever the block is kind of hanging. So when I say you want two blocks, you can always put them like this. You have a longer space. You decide whatever feels good. I'm just going to stay with the one. Okay, now I'm going to take these arms back up above shoulder height. We'll walk the feet up. Maybe they're going to go out. Listen, you might want to straighten your legs and be like, oh yeah. But you could also bring the knees together. Just receive this for a few moments. Just feeling the flow of your breath. Okay, so for the next 3 or 4 breaths that we're here, focus on the exhale, almost softening you and dropping you into your supports. Okay, take a nice big breath in. Try it out. Separate the knees, heel toe the feet. And I'm going to bring both knees into the chest. So I'm just putting a little bit more pressure here. You're welcome to like bring that block up or down and feel. Can I be here and feel supported? I'm not really pulling the knees in super tight. I'm just here. Child's pose on your back. So we have a harder support under the sacrum and this nice soft support under the heart. You drop your shoulders a little, your jaw a little more. You soften your glutes a little bit. Take one nice big breath in. And breathe it out. And set your feet on the floor. Maybe they're going to hit at the same time. All that. Okay, I'm going to lift the hips. Take this block out. Lower the hips to the floor. Pause and feel. Okay, we're going to come off the bolster. I'm going to take my hands behind the head, lift the head, and start to slowly come up. And maybe you come up just a little bit and you just feel that bolster edge. You might put your hands on the floor and pick up, or maybe you grab your knees or you roll to the side or whatever you need to do. Okay, and now I'm just going to move the bolster out of the way. Put the blanket down for the head. We are going to use the bolster in a moment. I'm going to grab your strap as we come down. Okay, and then we're going to come back down. Let's see, I might move this blanket up a little bit. Let's feel. Oh, heating pads. Bring that in. Okay, come all the way down. So now we're just here, and you should feel, not should. Let me take that out. Perhaps you can feel very grounded in the back of the heart space. And take a nice big breath in. And breathe out. Okay. All right, I'm going to put the bolster on the right side of me. And you'll adjust where it's going to go in a moment. So, okay, I'm going to stretch the right leg long. Wiggle myself a little bit here. And then we're going to bring the left knee in, opposite interlace your fingers. Just hug it in and out a few moments. Okay, I'm going to place this left foot on top of the right thigh, and I'm just going to use it for massage. Just use the heel a couple times, just massaging the thigh or the arch of the foot or anything there. Okay, I'm going to keep this left foot. It could be turned out, whatever's doing, it's doing. And take the right hand to the left knee, left arms out to the side. Inhale. And as you exhale, come into this twist. So okay, now I know that the left knee and shin might not be on the bolster for everyone. So if you need to plop a block underneath to give yourself more height, you're just going to do that. Okay. And then we're just going to be here for a few moments and settle in. However you need to prop up. I do have the left arm open out to the side. If that's too much for your shoulder, bring it in. You can even go across your body. But if you're good here in the twist, I'm just going to deepen it by bending the right elbow, plant it, lift the right side of your chest. Maybe it turns a little bit more. That might lift the knee. So we have to make a decision. We want to keep the support more under the knee, throw a blanket under there or something, or lessen the twist. whatever you've got here. Soften and breathe. Now, this right leg is stretched straight. I'm just going to bend this right knee so the foot is more to the left side. I'm going to take the left hand, see if I can find the foot. Maybe you could hold the top of the foot. If that's not possible or it makes things too crunchy, and come back to a place where you could breathe and be. And the next thing I'm going to do is lift the head and just turn it a little bit to the left. And then I might take my right hand to rest on top of the left thigh. Just making it more and more crunchy. Whatever shape you have assumed for this. Take these shapes and we can move the breath into places that it doesn't normally get to be in. And now ask yourself, where can I soften? Am I holding tension in the right hip area, the right side waist, the left shoulder? And for our final few breaths, just seeing, can you make the breath a little deeper, a little longer? Your teeth touching, can you soften the inside of your mouth? Okay, last full breath in. Breathe it out. And then if you have, maybe the right arm goes first, then the left hand releases the foot if it's holding it. Just gently roll yourself back onto your back. And maybe bend your knees, place your feet on the floor to just realign. And then you can keep the knees bent, or you want to straighten the legs and just be in the repose. One more breath. Slide or roll this bolster across to the other side and bring that right knee in, change the interlace. Couple rocking in and out. This massaging action. Place the sole of the right foot on the left thigh and make a connection there. A little bit of massage. If your foot doesn't come to the thigh and you're massaging down at your shin, that is good work. Okay. I'm going to take the left hand, hold this right knee, the right arm's out to the side, and roll it over. Find, you adjust what you need to adjust. Put more props underneath the bolster. Be very aware the two sides can be very different. Just take a few moments. And for me, I feel it's very different. So I'm just going to put a block here. Support what I can support. Once you feel settled, you're going to lift your head, turn it a little bit to the left. And I'm going to add a little bit more twist. So I'm going to bend the left forearm, anchor the left elbow to the floor, lift the left side of your chest. Maybe you spin it a little more, or maybe that's too much. And if you think you can go deeper here, or start to bend the left knee, maybe the right hand can find the left foot. See, my shoulder's not lifting, not making it overly crunchy. So we'll be able to soften into the shape. Maybe the left hand rests on top of this right knee or right thigh. I use the word rest, but it is kind of anchoring. And then go to your happy. And that happy is exploring your internal world. all of its life experience. Nobody gets out of this alive or unscathed. But what do we do with all of that that we hold within? What do we do with it? Well, nothing to do. What does an ocean do? It disperses, spreads it out through its motion, through its tides, through its, which is the ebb and flow of the tides, is the ebb and flow of your breath. And ask yourself here, where am I gripping? That could be, I said the teeth. Maybe you let the lower jaw relax, move it side to side a little bit, get rid of that tension. Like the ocean sinks into the sand. One more moment. And before you release, again, just scan yourself, notice. Bring the head to center, release the left hand first, and then the right hand. And then slowly, you make your way back, very slowly. It's almost like, can I be tender in the release? Okay. Just gonna slide this bolster a little bit out of the way so we can come back to our good friend windshield wiper. That's this way of almost releasing. Okay, so I'm gonna stay with windshield wiper. I'm gonna change it a little bit. I'll bring the knees up, heel to the feet. I'm gonna cross the left knee over the right completely, and then come back to your windshield wiper here. Maybe it's very slow. Maybe you just move a little bit. This can be a lot. Just feeling, smiling, breathing. Good. Okay, one more moment. You'll bring yourself back to your center. Uncross, pause, and then change the cross. So now the right knee goes over the left, and come back to this side to side. Okay, and then bring it to center and release. I'm gonna hug the knees in. It's gonna rock them in and out. So you feel like the tailbone is moving. It can lift right out. Almost like maybe you're doing an abdominal crunch. That's interesting. Okay. Great. I'm just gonna release the hands, and we're gonna move into a egg beater. So you can take your arms out to the side, like, and egg beat these legs. Feet could move, knees are moving, hips are definitely moving, and then reverse. Great. Hug these knees in. You're gonna rock and roll up to sitting, but by all means roll to the side and come up whatever way feels good. Okay, and we're gonna set up for a sweet shavasana. Okay, we're gonna start off in Supta Baddha Konasana. So that's the soles of the feet together. I'm gonna put the bolster here for the feet, for the knees, and then I'm gonna grab blankets, but you could use your blocks too. I'm just gonna make 2 blanket rolls. There's so many blankets here. But you could also put your blocks there. So whatever support or pillows you have for your knees. And we're gonna add the strap today too. So once you have, here we go. Okay, so a little support for the head. Sit. So that the bolster will go underneath the knees. And then you'll take your strap, a nice big strap. It's gonna slip over the head and down. and it goes low. And then slip it over the feet. Just like that. So it goes over the thighs. Okay, well, I said blankets for the, maybe this isn't gonna work. Let's see. I'm gonna come to it down to see. Okay, well, the purpose of the strap is just to kind of hold the thighs down. And then the blanket rolls can come maybe on top of your bolster if you need that extra. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, that feels pretty good. So support under your head if you need that. And then the bolster is, you know, underneath the knees. Put these little blankets underneath the knees here if you need a little extra lift. And then the strap shouldn't be tight, shouldn't be pulling too much. So you kind of, if the strap's no good, friends, just release it. It's just there as a little tether. Just kind of keep the soles of the feet together. You can always wrap the feet with a blanket if that's better. Okay. And then wherever you are here, once you kind of get there, make it your own. Put your props where you need. And then just let go. We're going to let the soles of the feet together, knees open the pelvic floor. Invite the breath into the lower chakra system, or this place of safety and security, place of fear, maybe. Deep, dark depths of you. Just inviting that breath, you know, without forcing it, but just feel that you're being breathed into the lower abdominal area, the lower back. I have my arms out, but if you want to rest your hands on your body somewhere that needs a little bit of your healing touch or your remembrance, rest. Into this rest, ask yourself, where am I still holding? Is there any place I can invite myself to let go? So welcome to stay in this place if this is good medicine. If you did do the strap, you just sneak your feet out. If you want to straighten your legs, you can just do that here. Let me move the bolster down a little bit. I'm just actually bringing these blanket rolls up to support the arms or the elbows just for fun. See wherever you need to be here in this place of deep, safe rest. You need a blanket, you're feeling chilled at all. So you slip into a shavasana and feel free to cover yourself. falling into this sacred space of me time. Releasing yourself into the deepest part of your rest that you can bring. Like the pelvic floor. Almost like you're releasing anchor into the earth. And softening the heart space, the back of your heart, the back of your head. Feeling your eyes rest, your tongue rest. Your breath flow free. Choosing to stay here. You wish to rest here a little longer, be a little heavier. Starting to journey your way out. I'm just thinking of this awakening, this renewing as a journey. Being aware of the toes, to the nose, to the crown of the head. This body as a whole connected entity. Beyond parts. Whenever you arise, just gonna pause. Your own space, your magical place. It's time of you. As you arise, just taking the seat of the yogi, from the crown of head to base you're sitting on. flow of your breath, your life force. As you're ready, you'll join your palms together and bow your chin as you acknowledge yourself here. Lengthening with your inhale. Release this breath as you exhale. And we'll seal with one Om. Om. And breathe into your hands, friends. Catch your breath. This is that magic potion. Put there what you need. And offer that to yourself. Offer it out to each other and beyond these borders. We do what we do. Yes. So, much love, gratitude, presence, all that good stuff. Yes, I see you. Namaste, Prince. Thank you. Mwah. Have a great rest of this day. See you soon.